can't let you go just yet. One more. I know it's been a long one. With our MMA fans and viewers out there, and for two very good friends of the show, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. Got to talk about the UFC. Next week, hometown fight for Poirier, his last fight of his great career in New Orleans, Louisiana. You will be there live covering it for ESPN. This is the third time they're fighting. Poirier won the first 2 times. Can he do it the third time? Just want to hear your take. Quick preview. Poirier, Holloway 3.
Well, you said it. I love them both. I have nothing but respect. Not only the fighters they are, the warriors they are, but the people they are. Really, they're just good people. They really are. And that's part of their strength. Definitely part of their strength. Holloway's not the biggest puncher. He's a terrific boxer, controls range. He's terrific boxer, throws so much. He's got an engine that never stops. He's got an unbelievable chin, even though he did get knocked out by Topuria. It seems like everyone's getting knocked out by Topuria, by the way. But he's incredible. But like I said, he's not a big puncher. Where does that ability to do all he's done come from? Part of it's character. Dustin Poirier, you look at him, terrific boxer, with his defense, with everything, great chin, great heart. He's obviously a guy who's maybe more well-rounded as far as not only is he a striker, but on the mat, he's very good too. Not that Holloway can't handle himself down there, but Dustin might have an edge down there on the mat, but he's well-rounded, all of that. But again, with Dustin, where does his talent for all these years? This will be his 50th fight. Where does his talent come from? Yeah, he's the better puncher. Yeah, he's southpaw. He's a guy that can counter. He's a guy that can time you with punches. But his character, both of these men, that's what I mean for you people out there, that is part of their success. That is part of what they carry into the cage with them. That, not just the other talents that are so easy to wrap your mind around, the physical ones. That is part of it. I'll break it down this way. All the fights have been close. I thought the last one was really close. I'll be honest with you. Real close. It could have went either way. I think that they've changed since their last fight. I don't think that they're exactly the same.
Yeah, that fight was in 2019.
Yeah, they're not exactly the same guy. They're the same as far as their character. They're the same as far as they're going to fight. They're the same as it's going to be a good fight. They're warriors. They're the same as far as that. But things have changed. I think maybe even a little bit more on the side of Holloway. I think that might be fair to say that, they're not going to be the exact same fighters that they were the first 2 times. At the end of the day, they know each other very well. We understand that. I said it already. Poirier can make up for being outworked. I don't think too many guys can outwork Holloway. He throws so many punches. But Dustin can make up for it with his power, where he can get outworked a little bit, and then he can land a big shot that can do damage. And that carries, just like in professional boxing, the effective punches mean more than the lighter punches. A guy could land, say, 5 jabs, but if you land one good left hand and it rocks the guy, as far as the criterion for scoring, you're ahead because you did more impact. You did more damage. So Dustin has that in his favor. He will always have that in his favor when he's in there with Holloway. And with a lot of guys, he's a good puncher. It's a hard one. Do I have to pick a winner here? It's really, what's the line on it?
Yeah, this fight is basically a pick'em fight. Max Holloway minus 120, Poirier even money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, believe it or not, even though Poirier is 2-0, I could see Holloway being I think along the lines of what I just talked about, that there is a change in the last 6 years, and maybe a change more on the side of Holloway. So I could see him being made a slight favorite in this fight. At the end of the day, you could probably take all of that stuff and throw it out the window, right? Because that's what these guys are, at the end of the day.
Yeah, you made great points, and I could see what you're saying of why you can make Holloway the slight favorite. But for me, you can't be a favorite over a guy who beat you twice. The first time in 2012, Poirier won first round by submission, armbar. We just said the second time was 2019. That was by decision. So I'm going to stick with the guy who won the two, should be the favorite. I get a little upset about this fight. I love both of these guys. How can you not respect both of these warriors? I don't want either guy to lose, but I don't want Poirier's last fight in the UFC not to be a happy walk-off into retirement that he deserves. I'm rooting for Dustin, but unbelievable fight. Great breakdown by you, and I can't wait to watch it. But all of these fights, you'll be there in New Orleans Saturday for ESPN doing the UFC, and I'll be in New York watching all these fights and getting ready to do the show the following week with you.